This is me, Kels.
Okay, that's inappropriate.
And here's my husband, Jay.
Love you, baby.
After living and traveling full-time in this van for the last year with our cat, Pippa, it's time for our last trip in it before it goes off to its new owners. And with so much uncertainty on what's next for us, we were determined to make this final trip the best one yet, before coming back to our home base and finally making a decision on our next moves.
It's gonna be right here. I have no idea what we're getting ourselves into.
We decided to do our last trip back up in Maine, the state that serves lobster rolls at their gas stations. So in true Maine style, we started off the trip by getting a tour of an oyster farm and learning how oysters are made. At Gilden Point Oyster Farm, they start by purchasing adorable baby oysters from a hatchery. When they get them, they look like this. Maybe it's a sign that we're getting old, but we were amazed by the process. The oysters here take about 5 years to grow through a very long and extensive process, but I'll try not to bore you too much with that. And if kept over that time period, they can grow to be over a foot long. Insane.
Heavy.
After oysters are cleaned up and harvested, it's a race to get them to our table, as oyster farms have some of the strictest regulations. At this farm, you can also get a lesson on how to shuck and have the opportunity to try their very own oysters at a table with a view of where they came from.
And then you turn it around. Ooh, voila.
Eat it, eat it.
I was in heaven because I love oysters.
Can't get fresher than that. Just can't beat it.
Jay, not so much. He's stuck to shucking and enjoying the view.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, that's where I am.
Good job, baby. You don't want it?
This one's for you.
Best oysters ever. Hi, baby.
Pippas, what do you see out there?
Hey guys! We're currently in Augusta, Maine. Jay has a half Ironman here, and he's inside the YMCA that we're parked at. He's swimming. So yeah, it is currently Friday. Jay's race is Sunday, and then we go back home, and this van is officially no longer our van. We've officially had an offer on it and accepted the offer. Yeah, I feel like with anything in life, like change is scary. And no matter how many times you've been through change, no matter how many times you've had like a huge transition period in your life, it's just gonna be scary, like the unknown and not knowing what's next. But I keep reminding myself that every time I've had a huge change in my life, it's been one of the best things that's ever happened to me. The first big change I had in my life is when I left America, went to England, was studying abroad, playing basketball, had never been to England before, and just kind of went out on a whim. It was terrifying, and I had no idea what I was doing, but that's where I met Jay. That's where I grew so much as a person, and I came back and was just totally different. And then the second time was when we sold the bus to get the van. And that was terrifying as well. We were kind of in limbo and just anxious about everything and didn't know what was next and didn't know if it was the right decision, and then ended up having the best trip of our lives in this van. So I keep reminding myself that every time we go through change or have something like this happen, it ends up, we turn out on the other side and we're so much better because of it. I feel like we all struggle through going through changes, but it's inevitable and it's important to go through changes in order to grow through life. So yeah, I'm excited. We still don't know what the next move is 100%. We're gonna figure that out once we get back. But for now, we're just trying to enjoy our last few days here with the van on our last trip. And for the next few days, we will be staying at a beautiful spot, which is very special. And I'm really excited to show you guys.
Most of all the days we never got to live, they are so real to me. I guess we must have fooled time when we...
So we've just arrived at probably one of the last places we'll be overnight in the van through Harvest Toast or Boondocker's Welcome at least. And I feel like this is like the perfect spot. Jay, do you want to explain why?
So,
I'll let you do the honor.
while I pause from washing the dishes. So we are literally on the river that I'll be swimming in tomorrow morning, and across the river you can see the swim exit of the race course. So yeah, it's pretty epic.
And so on Harvest Toast and Boondocker's Welcome have merged into one. and this is a Boondockers Welcome, like a house that we're staying at, and they said only if you're participating in the Ironman race or a volunteer you can stay here. And then also, it just so happens it's called Percy of Maine.
That's my nickname growing up, Percy.
It was just meant to be.
Me again. So the plan for the day is to prep for tomorrow. So we're going to go quickly drive some of the bike course and then go to transition. Transition is just a place where you transition from one sport to the next. So then we'll go there, I have to drop off my bike, check out a little bit of the course, and then chill out for the rest of the day because we're up early in the morning.
Very early.
Ever since Jay's bike injury where he broke his ribs, elbows, and collarbone just a year back, he's definitely been a little bit more cautious with the bike portion of the race, and understandably so. Biking 56 miles isn't something to be taken lightly, especially after going through an accident like he did.
Aid station right there, that's dangerous.
But going through the course the day before so he knows what to expect definitely helps calm those nerves a little so there's no surprises. Seeing Jay face his fears and overcome them is inspiring to me and something I'm extremely proud of him for doing. I probably don't tell him that enough. After test riding some of the course, running it,
Day before the race, just getting nice and loose. I'll do a few sprints in a minute just to wake up the body. It's gonna be a beautiful course.
dropping his bike off, and getting his gear ready for race day, it was time to chill out for the rest of the day.
I think I have all my stuff prepped for tomorrow. So we have swim stuff, bike stuff, run stuff, and Vaseline, which is essential for the whole day. But I'll leave that up to your imagination as to why. So I'm ready.
The day before the race, there's a lot of sitting around and waiting. At that point, there's only so much you can do to make sure you're prepared. So it's like a buildup of anticipation before the big day, the calm before the chaos. And we just try to enjoy it.
So pretty here. Feels like we're like in the water.
Alright, it's race morning, nice and early.
Been up since 3:30, as normal people do.
Let's go.
On race morning, Jay always likes to get there super early so he can recheck his gear a few hundred times. I can't lie, I'm not a morning person, but the energy you feel on the air before a race like this hits you like caffeine. Before you know it, they're off, and that's when I crash.
Yes, this is my blankie. Don't judge me. These races, I swear, I get more tired than Jay does during them. He just finished a swim, is in transition into the bike, and I am exhausted. I have to sprint like a mile to chase him. And it's not like I'm in bad shape. It's just I never sleep the night before these races. Like, I swear I'm like half asleep because I'm always like so worried that we're not going to wake up in time. Sorry, I have Pippa fur in my mouth. Yeah, I woke up at 3:30, in and out of consciousness, not really slept, and didn't really sleep, so I'm tired. But you know what? We're gonna get through. I'm just so tired. What I really need right now is some food. Don't really have time to wait around for that long because Jay is fast and he's a super freak human and he just goes through these things so fast. These days also totally throw, whoa, my eyes. These days and my bra. Okay, that's inappropriate. These days totally throw Pip off as well because she's like, at 3 in the morning, she thinks she's getting fed and we feed her just because it's confusing. We're up and she's like, wah! Look at her looking at me. Look at her.
Pip Ice, you got fed today already. She did a puff bar.
Alright, it's been like a half hour. Literally nothing's open, not even Wendy's. So I'm just gonna walk around aimlessly and see what I can find. Another Pippa hair in my mouth. Now, I don't know if I told you guys this, but Jay's trying to get 10th in his age group, and he is currently 14th, I think. So it's exciting. We're gonna cheer him on, try to get him to bump up. Where are the keys? Because I'm locked in here right now. Bye, Pip Eyes. Love you. Just kidding. I'm not leaving you guys here. Come on. Found some food. Found a cute little park to enjoy it in before Jay crosses the transition. Now hear me out for the next build. This was the only food truck here, and the bacon is burnt. It's just a very, not even average sandwich. Next build, food truck. Gonna go to all the Ironman races. I'm gonna make a fortune. Sorted. Don't have to build anymore. Probably will just quit YouTube. I'm just kidding. Never do that. Yeah, this sandwich. I realized I could make this in my van. But that's not as fun as coming here, buying a sandwich, and enjoying this little part. Don't have much longer until Jay actually is at the transition, so I gotta eat this fast. And then we'll go catch up with him, see what place he's in.
Besides finding greasy, unnecessary food to spend way too much money on, my race days consist of frantically running around after Jay, letting him know what place he's in.
You're 11. You're 30 seconds behind the other guy, Jay.
So Megan, our first female
Smash.
flying off the bus. So there she goes, our first female today.
Love you, baby.
Happy to
Love
see
you.
Megan Phil now.
Making friends with other people who are also a support system.
Jay, keep it up! Yeah! It's literally not even sweating. Like, not so good. Not a trophy.
And getting lost. Very, very lost.
Does this connect to? No.
Oh, so we're trying to find a way to.
We're like trespassing. It's doing well. I don't know how well because my phone died, but we are going to go to the finish line. Don't really know where I am right now. Hopefully this goes to the finish line. And now I'm running to the finish line. Hopefully I make it in time. Hopefully Jay finishes 10th. Checking what place Jay got. What?
I didn't get top 10, 13.
It's still really good.
New personal best time though.
If you guys were to guess who did a race, not like if he didn't have that outfit on, like it looks like I did a race and he didn't. You're not even sweating. I feel like I'm like sweating more than
Well, you've been running around everywhere. What a day. Definitely by far my favourite race that I've done. Augusta, Maine.
Wow.
The whole city got behind the race. Course was pretty safe. Roads were great, and then the run course, there was so many supporters. It was absolutely awesome.
The swim was safe too. It was in a river with no sharks or alligators, and it was downstream.
Downstream, so you could just float down the river if you really wanted to.
So I definitely picked the wrong Ironman to do.
Yeah, it was really fun. Overall, 65th place out of 1,200 people. I'm still a bit disappointed that I didn't get top 10.
You're just pretty average, Jay. I couldn't get 10th. I think I got 10th when I did it, but there was only like 12.
Oh, I gotta get out of this. Too hot.
There was only like 12 girls in my age group. Alright, we're gonna enjoy our last day here in Maine before we have to head back.
The rest of the time there we spent celebrating the sale of our van, and we just tried to be present and enjoy the last few days on the road in it. I don't like to think of this as the end, more of just new beginnings.
Time is all we have, but time is left for real. That makes us a little lost here. It makes existence itself a little hard to believe, but just have faith.
That's a real good one. So we're currently prepping for our next adventure, I guess. It's gonna be right here. And I'm excited to show you guys. Pretty spur of the moment thing. Have no idea what we're getting ourselves into, but we're excited.
Got an airstream.